Hello, and welcome to Let's Make a Top-Down Shooter. This video is about using Blueprint function libraries in both C++ and Blueprints. And a special thanks to all my supporters. Thank you for helping me help others. So like most of Unreal development, the Blueprint function library is just a class we can inherit from, which means we can make both C++ BFL classes and BFL blueprints. You'll likely want to use C++ for code that should be performant, or if you're making a dev video to show off how it works. And you might want to use a BFL blueprint because it's quick and easy, and that other reason. So to start, we go create a new C++ class. We want all classes. We want our blueprint function library. Down here, you can see that there's a whole bunch that are built in. A lot of these will just be available in blueprints. We're going to call ours TDS blueprint library, matching the other naming convention. As usual, we'll wait for that live compile to complete. Then we can close the editor, wait for the red bar to go away, and hit reload. So in here, we want to make our functions public and static. I'm just going to create a nice utility function that might come up in a future video called calc directions around axis. We'll send along an axis vector and account for the number of directions we want around that axis. So in our CPP file then, we can just paste in the function. So in here, we're just defining an array of directions. We're just creating a unit vector, which is pointing along the x-axis. We want to find the number of degrees per direction, and then we're just iterating through the to count and rotating that initial unit vector by the degrees, and adding it to our array and returning it. Very simple. And one last important bit for your Blueprint function library functions is that if you want them callable in blueprints, you do need to make them blueprint callable. I'll just compile that and go back into the editor. So back in the editor, we also have the option of just creating in here, right click, go to blueprint, blueprint function library. We'll call this one BFL underscore utility. So all this is going to be is a list of functions that will be accessible effectively globally. So in here, we'll just make an applied damage, and I'm just going to throw GE on the end so it doesn't conflict with the apply damage, which is built in. And all this function is going to be for is we're going to use it to send a source ability system component, a target ability system component, and the floating damage. So we've seen this code many times before. We just want our GE damage. We're going to call assign tag set by collar magnitude. We're sending along the damage value. We need to set the data tag to damage.setByCollar. And then using our source ASC to call apply gameplay effect spec to target. Send along our target ASC and the spec handle. And now instead of duplicating this code anytime we want to apply damage, we can just go into the place like our BP projectile base. We have damage right here, same stuff we just saw. So instead we're going to call apply damage GE. We have our source ASC here. The target is over here. And our damage value is here. So we can get rid of all this. Another nice benefit is now we actually have a node that says target instead of target. And I forgot to hook the damage back up here, so there's this one we can drag over. And we'll show shooting some projectiles to ensure that it's still working. Oops, wrong button. And you can see they're taking damage. So now also anytime you're in Blueprints, you can just search for your new function, calc directions around axis, and just use it as normal. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video and would like to see more, you know what to do. And if you would like to support this channel, watch these videos 2 weeks early, or just want to download the project files, you can do so through my Patreon linked below.